Hello and welcome. In this video, we will learn about the arrays, very important operation to find the intersection and the union of two arrays. By considering this array given is a set, it means an array do not have any repeated elements. The question goes like this: a set is a collection in which there is no duplication of elements. For example, there is an array S is having 1, 6, 9 and 24 is a set of 4 integer elements. An array of integer may be used to represent a set. You may assume that there will be maximum of 50 elements in a set. Following are the some member function of the class set. So there is a class set with the member data as ARR, which is an array of integers, and another member data is N, which stores the total number of elements in the set. And member functions are: first function is parameterized constructor, which will initialize N with Nn. Nn is the parameter, and ARR, it will initialize ARR and allocate memory for this. The next function is read elements, which will read element for the set, and we assume the user will not input any repeated number. Then display element will display the array. Then there is a function has. Has is receiving one parameter ELE. It will search for ELE in the array and return 1 if the ELE is found in the array, otherwise return 0. Then intersection function is receiving an object of class set. Then it will compare both arrays of current object and the object D and find the common element of the both array and store in the third object and return it. Then the next function is union, which is also receiving an object and finds the union of the current object and the object D and returns it. So here is the program. First of all, we have declared a class set with member data ARR and the size n. As we don't know how many elements are there, that is why we have not allocated memory for the ARR here. So in the constructor, we are receiving Nn as the size. So first of all, we will initialize n, and in the next statement, ARR equal to new int n will allocate memory for the array ARR. Then next function is read elements, which will take the input from the user. Here a size of array is n, so we will make a loop for the index number 0 to n minus 1, and with help of next int function ARR I equal to sn dot next int, first ARR 0 will receive the number, then ARR 1 will receive the number, and so on. All the elements of the array will receive the number. Then the display element function will come is here. The display element will display this array in a single line. So there is a loop again, which is running from 0 to size minus 1, size is n. So it will display all the element in a single line. Now the next function is has. This one is important. It is performing linear search. So what it is doing? Here is a loop starting from 0. First of all, this ELE is compared with the ARR 0 with the first element of the array. If it is equal, it returns 1, otherwise it goes ahead. I becomes 1, then the ELE is compared with ARR 1. Then loop will keep on running. ELE is compared with ARR 2, ELE is compared with ARR 3 till size minus 1. In case in the meanwhile, this ELE is found somewhere, at the same point of time, it will return 1. with the return 1, the control will go back to the calling body. In case the number is not present, number is not there in the array, then what will happen? This loop will terminate normally by this condition. When I will be equal to n, this loop will terminate. After coming out of the loop, control will come down to this return 0. Control will come down to the return 0 only if the number is not found, otherwise it will return 1 from the if. So this way it will return either 1 or 0. Now intersection function. Intersection function is receiving one object D. So it has got an array with the object D and one array as a current object. Two arrays it has. Now to store the result, it do not have anything. So we have created the object T. So when we have created the object T, it will have an array for the object T also. Now we have to look for the element of current object into the array of D. What we will do, we will make a loop for index number 0 to n. So n is the size of the current object array. Now we will call the function d.hash. So hash function will search for D into object. So hash function will search for ARR I, which belongs to current object, into object D, because it is called, hash function is called with the D. So it will return either 1 or 0. If it returns 1, if it returns 1, then this element of current object is common in the object D also. This element is common to both array. It means what we will do, we will store ARR I into object T in the array of object T. Alright. So, and thereafter the index number of object T will increment by 1, which is initially taken as 0. So this J is incremented only if the element is found. If the element is not found, this loop of I will continue. It will go and look for second number and then third number. So this way this will work. So first element is checked in the array of object D, then the second element is checked in the array of object D, then the third element is checked in the array of object D, and whenever the element is found, it is stored in the array of object T. Alright. So let's say both the array current object and the object D are of size 10, and there are, let's say, 5 elements found as common. So the value of J is going to be 5, but initially the size of temporary object is taken as 10 because current object was of 10. So we need to update the size over here depending upon how many numbers are transferred. That's why we have said T dot n equal to J. J is the number of element which is transferred. And then final step is return T. The element, the object which is created is returned as the function is returning object. Now after understanding this, you have to find the union. In the union function, we have taken size as n plus d dot n. Suppose the current object is of size 5 and d object is of size 7, and there is no common element. So the total union will have 7 plus 5, okay, 12 elements. So that's why consider there may be possibilities, there may be the arrays which have no common elements. Now J is taken for the index number for the temporary T object array. Let's go ahead. The first thing what I have done is I have transferred all the element of D object into T object. Alright. So suppose current object is having 1, 2, 3 and 4, and D object has 2, 4, 6, 8. So what will happen? In the temporary object T, it will store 2, 4, 6, 8. Then this for loop started for the current object, and it is saying same way as the previous function, ARRI means the element of this array current object is sent for searching into the object D. Alright. So when I is 0, it is looking for 1. Alright. When the I is 0, is looking for 1. So 1 is not present in the object D. So it will return 0. Hash function will return 0. So 1 is also transferred. Then I will increment. Now it is looking for 2. So 2 is present. So as 2 is present, then this condition is set as false. This if condition is set as false, so 2 is not transferred. Next number is 3. Is looking for 3. 3 is not present. So this if condition is true, it will store 3. Then it is looking for 4. 4 is present. So this condition is false, and then the loop will stop. As per the example on the screen, there are total 8 elements, and we have got only 6 common elements. So the J is 6 now. So in the size of temporary array, we said T dot n equal to J. It means n of T will become 6 and it will return T. Now, in this example, we have created 4 objects. In the 4 objects, the size of the first object is 5, second object is 7, third object where we are looking for, just correction is there, the second object where we are A is 5, B is 7, the third object I is having 5, here where we are going to store common elements, and the union we can assume if there is no common element, so that's why I have taken it as 12. Alright. So now we have called A dot read element function to input the element for the object A. Alright. Then we have called B dot read elements, it will input the value for the array of object B. Then we have to find the intersection of A and B, and the function you have seen, it is receiving only one object, so we have called the function intersection with object A, and B is passed. So we have learned how it will find the common and return T. Then object T will get stored into I. So I object will have the common element array. Thereafter the statement is said U equal to A dot union B. So again the union function having similar to prototype. So it is receiving one object, and we have called the function with A and passed object B to it. So we'll find the union of both sets and store the result into object U. To see the common elements and the union of elements, we have displayed this A and B display function with the I for the intersection of element and U for the union of the element. Alright. This way we can find the union and intersection of the array. So if you have liked this program, so you can click on like and subscribe the channel. So you can see the latest notification when the new video will be uploaded. It will be notified to you. Thank you very much.